are back. The time is now.
Set up for maximum confrontation and super opinionated debates. The NUFC Late Night Show with Chris the American Man, Derek Demadiwan, Rory Caviani, and the rest of the panel, Monday through Thursday from 9:30 p.m. UK and UFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army.
The voice of the Toon Army, the late night panel debate show. Can we debate? Is there anything to debate on a Tuesday neat? 9:30 in the UK, right? 9:31 to be exact. It is absolutely Baltic in Newcastle at the moment. It is 4 degrees with a C. And I mean, it is knackering. Mighty Win. Mighty Win, we need to get you a beanie hat, man. We need to get you a beanie.
I'm lovely and warm in my little...
No, but when you go outside, you know it's knackering, man. It's depressing. Come on, Hutch. You're in Durham. You know it's the same weather, man. You guys are knackered over there.
Hadn't been bad today, actually. It's been miserable. It's been grey, but it hadn't been cold particularly.
4 degrees is cold, bro. I don't care what you got to say. I mean, and listen, maybe because over here in Missouri it gets pretty cold as well. Well, over here in the U.S. it gets pretty cold as well. But I mean, when you start. The winter starts coming. I mean, you got to admit it's cold, man. Come on now. Howie. Man.
I know it's cold when my central heating boiler, when I hear my central heating boiler kicking in.
Why you trying to act tough, man?
Well, I'm not tough at all. I've got my thermostat in the house set at 22 degrees. And it's on 24/7, 365 days a year. And it rarely cuts in until... about October time.
Well, it's past October, trust me. It's past October.
Yeah, it is. So I've had a nice cheap autumn.
In some places here in America, you got to go chop your wood and bring it to the house, man. You got to put it in the stove to burn it. But look at Boki. Boki's got his usual jacket on, his cardigan, keeping warm, lovely as ever. And Roy, he couldn't tell clear from you know what. I mean, he ain't seen cold. He ain't seen. It's not cold over there, man. Stop lying. It's probably the 20 what? 20 Celsius. That's like I don't think Newcastle local folks have ever seen that.
Summer night in Newcastle.
Oh wait, man. It is knackering to say the least, but we're in the warm. We're inside. How are you, fellas? All good?
Yeah, great.
Good. I'm watching Scotland cooking it up.
Oh, the jocks are not doing too well.
Men, man.
Ian Fleming not doing too well. Let me give you a bit of headlines of what we might run into tonight, ladies and gents. We'll talk about Alan Shearer. He came out and gave a verdict on Nick Woltemade. He's a center forward, was a center forward, a proper center forward, as some would say. And he can have his say. Why not? Alan Shearer and Mighty Win, they're about the same level of importance. So, there you go. We'll get to him. Opta predicts the final Premier League positions for Newcastle United and the Mackems. And guess what? We're going to get there. Don't worry, man. We're going to get there.
Finish above us.
We got a quick update on Anthony Elanga, whether he'll play or not. Fabian Schär could be leaving Newcastle United. Newcastle's Lewis Miley speaks out about the online thrashing that he got, especially after a win, or not a win, but after the game against Bournemouth. He speaks out because he was with the England internationals, the under 13th, under 9s, wherever he plays at.
That 21s.
He certainly don't look like he looks like he could be playing in the senior team for certain. Malik Chiao also has spoken. And an amazing Erling Haaland stat that might give Newcastle fans some hope, as well as Eddie Howe has been inducted into a Hall of Fame. Did you know that? Well, for that and more, stay tuned. Don't forget to smash the like button. It is the NUFC Late Night Show on NUFC Talk.
You are listening to NUFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army. Live daily on the website, on YouTube, and on every online radio directory. NUFC Talk, the voice of the Toon Army.
All right, ladies and gents, we are live here. What can we start with? Should we start with Alan Shearer and what he had to say? But first of all, let me get. I want to know Hutch. Well, because Hutch is of the same importance as Alan Shearer, as well as the Mighty Win. So I want to know his opinion on this because I haven't talked to him in a while. By the way, the NUFC comparison live Thursday at 9:30 p.m. They're gonna be in instead of us. So it's a lot of, you got a lot of big shoes to fill, man, on Thursday. So you're gonna have to get it done.
It'll be fine.
All right. Make sure don't sink the ship. Don't sink the ship, man. Keep it going. But what do you make of Nick Woltemade? Because I don't know I can't remember what your thoughts were as far as that's concerned. Do you think he's a proper center forward? Do you think he can be the number 9, or do you think like Mighty Win that he's rubbish? Which one?
I do not think that he's rubbish. I think that he is more of a deep lying forward. He needs people running beyond him. I think that he's being used rubbish in the sense that he's currently being asked to be playing as an on the line centre forward, like to hit those crosses, and it's just not his natural game. You know, he's done well with what he's at, but. Yep. Yeah, I think should the team be built around him more, I think he'll be a massive player for us in the future.
Before we continue, sorry about the finish your point. My bad.
What I would like to see, I'd like to see him with either another striker in either a 4-4-2, or I'd like to see, well.
We're losing you there, Hutch. But before we continue, by the way, you can call in and have your say. Now we got the software to perfection. So you can call us and have your say. Phone in now, 0191-916-8863. Call in and talk to your idols growing up.
What's happening?
There's a movie. Are you back, Hutch?
I'm back. I never left.
Right. I'll let you land. So Voldemort. We need to adapt.
Yeah, the team needs to adapt towards him, doesn't he? The people need to get in behind him. So you need to basically be playing with the likes of Wissa and the likes of Gordon running in behind, like what Wissa used to do for Brentford. And Gordon does for England.
Yep.
Yeah. Am I back? Am I here?
You're back.
Oh man, I thought I lost Hutch. It was me that was lost. So there you go. That's unbelievable. But anyway, we are there. Folks, don't forget that you can call in and have your say. You can phone in right now, 0191-916-8863. You can call in and talk to your idols growing up, Mighty Win, Boki, and Roy, and Hutch. So there you go. Call us now and have your say. 0191-916-8863. And by the way, this is all free. You don't have to pay anything. It's all free. There's none of that nonsense. Call in Newcastle or in England overall and have your say. Is it me again? Come on now. This
no, I think Roy will say it would cost you, Roy, to phone the UK, indeed.
Well, it would. I guess we got to get multiple numbers for every country, but we're knackered at the moment.
We are knackered. Proves that we're wangers.
Anyway,
I can only hear you win. I can't hear this.
Oh, yeah. You might want to refresh, Roy. Refresh. This is amateur radio, man. This is unbelievable. But anyway, we got a super chat there. Toon Assassin, the first time seeing you. Hutch, blink twice if you're being held captive. There you go. I like that. But there you go. So Alan Shearer about Nick Woltemade. He has spoken about him, and he said. I mean, he labeled it. The Sun has labeled it as him saying a problem. He's a problem, but we kind of know that he probably doesn't really mean that. But he claims that there is a huge problem in this particular situation because he believes that as good as Woltemade is with the ball at his feet, he is a problem for Newcastle because he's not the quickest and he can't press and he doesn't run in behind. that in the away performances, that's what is missing for Newcastle, and even home. Really, he says the thing that is missing for me is the high press and the energy. But isn't that, there's more quotes by the way? But don't think it's a bit unfair though. I mean, so you put in Osula, for example, that runs all day every day, and do you think that we're a better team? Who believes that?
Where we're not running right at the minute is up the wings and from the full-back position. And that's the problem.
Well, we're not running. We're not running in the fullback position because we've got two 35-year-olds.
There you
go.
Scotland have equalised.
Yeah,
Scotland have equalised.
Minute.
I didn't know you were a jock, man. But there you go.
No, all the Brits.
You're supposed. Yeah, well, there you go. That's true. That's a good point. But anyway, so what do you guys think? Is Hutch is already in jail? You can bail him out. Super chat right away. But I mean, I don't think it's a fair comment to be honest with you. I don't think nobody's running.
I think it's a fair comment in that we've lost our way in terms of not adopting the pressing style that got us to where we are, that made us so successful, made us so entertaining to watch, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's fine, but you put Nick Woltemade in the middle as if he is the problem, though. Boki, you want to say something?
No, I'm not saying Woltemade is the problem at all.
Boki, you're muted.
Boki, I'm muted.
Unmute yourself.
Sorry, I'm saying with Woltemade, I think we all can see that we need to play a slightly different game. The problem is Eddie's not setting up to do that. He's just going the same over and over and over again. So I think there's a little bit of it. It's a little bit. He is a different type of player to Isaac, but I think there's a little bit as well that there needs to be management of the full team to explain them how to work with him. And hopefully he's been doing it in training, but it just doesn't seem to be that he's progressed with that. We don't seem to have picked up this lad's style of play yet as a team.
Well, that could be true. Release the lad from Durham, says Mercury Dime. No problem at all. There you go. But I think that's actually
a touch, by the way.
If you compare, that's such. But if you compare it to last season, that's probably the main difference. But I don't think it has anything to do with one player. I think it's just the whole team is not doing it, and therefore I believe is something that is what Eddie Howe has instructed these players to do. I don't think Eddie Howe wants to play high press anymore. I don't. What proves
in Woltemade's interview, I don't know whether it was done today, but that I watched
we got his comments. We got his comments as well. Go on.
So, well, you're saying I don't know whether it's Eddie Howe telling him whatever, and he specifically says that he's.
So then that means he's lost the locker room then, and so now we got bigger problems. Problems.
No, because he
nobody presses. Nobody presses anything. Not even the goalkeeper presses. Nobody presses nothing.
Right now, the problem is that Eddie, in my opinion, has tried to change to a more possession-based style, as opposed
there you go. So
pressing.
Yeah, that's not pressing though. So there you go. So you are agreeing with me that Eddie Howe doesn't want to press no more. He's changed his style this season.
Yeah, I think he's tried to change his style.
But it's been changing over the past few seasons, hasn't it? I mean, you look at what happened the last time we were in the Champions League and we were pressing and we were playing all those games one after another and the number of injuries that we got. So he's had to try and change it. And he's trying to change it to a more possessional style. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be pressing at all. We should still be pressing in key moments. But going back to what Boki said, part of the issue is that because of this tight fixture schedule, there's not really a lot of time to implement changes. And then when you get these 2-week breaks, your key players, like Woltemade, has gone off with Germany. So it's finding time to train this new system that he needs to implement. I mean, Woltemade didn't even come in until after, was it 3 games of the season?
Yeah.
when we were already playing in the Champions League.
Effectively, because he didn't start him against Barcelona.
Exactly.
But that's it. That's whose decision is that? I mean,
That's his decision.
So you can't run away from that. You can't say he didn't have time when he chose not to play him on that particular game.
He'd only arrived.
No, he played the game before and he scored. What are you on about?
He did. He played Woltemade, then he played Gordon.
And you were the one that was seething outside, getting pissed at Bali's because he didn't play him. So now you're going to switch. You switch the narrative according to you moving the goalpost, man.
I'm talking about the way Woltemade's playing now. And by the way, the way he's playing for us is virtually the same as the way he's playing for Germany, except
and he
Germany
is killing it.
Are playing about 10 yards higher up the pitch, and that's because they've got better wingers than we've got.
Well, that is the truth.
Oh my goodness!
That is the truth.
Scotland scored from 70 yards. No,
2-1 Tottenham.
4-2, no?
We're gonna get Roy to pay attention to the show in a moment. No worries. But I'm saying
it's all Eddie's fault.
well, it's easy to say that, and we'll just kick back, eat some fish and chips, and whenever it's our turn to talk, it's Eddie's fault.
You've got fish and chips on the brain, Chris. You've got fish and chips on the brain.
But I do, man. Listen, I'm starving.
Fish and chips for a brain, man.
I haven't eaten anything all day, man. It is criminal, man. But after this, I'm going to devour some food. Trust me. But I mean, I don't think it's the Woltemade is the issue. And you talk about Germany. They have obviously greater wingers than we would ever think of. But it was still a poor performance, the one that we did the coverage on. It was still a poor Germany against Luxembourg. At the end of the day, all they had to do is give him the ball, and then he figured out how to do it. Anybody can do that, I would assume. Any proper footballer in the Premier League can cross him the ball, give him the ball. He has time to figure it out, and he was able to score back-to-back. I didn't actually look at the goal yesterday that he scored against, Slovakia. And
header.
Actually, it was a header. Well, there you go. And he proves that he can head the ball now, unlike what you...
From a recirculate, got a corner, cleared, humped back in the box by Germany, and he scored.
So I don't see that being whatsoever.
Saying humped back in the box, by the way, is being very discredited to the. I think it was Sonny who clipped the door. A lovely ball.
Okay. Toon Assassin is Irish.
Begging to be nodded in. Toon Assassin was Irish Assassin.
There you go. Anyway, so that's what Alan Shearer said. I don't know if you guys want to keep. Roy, what do you have to say about that? That might be. Do you think depression is the issue? And by the way, this is not just one way of playing football, man. What is this? Like we Newcastle just press, and that's what we do. Come on.
Yeah. I think.
No, there is.
I think we've been playing exactly the same as we have since March last year or April. Nothing's changed, and Eddie's run out of ideas, and it's the same thing. Just look at the Everton game last season, few games before, same football. He's like up front, same. Not enough service up front. 3 8s, one of them is useless, and no service. 2 useless wingers, inverted wingers. Murphy's done a good job, but on the left there's not much. And then we had the Barnes purple patch last season.
And strangely, Murphy isn't the inverted one.
Yeah, and then Barnes had a little purple patch last year after Gordon got suspended for 6-7 games, and back to normal now. We haven't progressed at all. Same team, almost same 11. Burn playing on the left, Gordon bailing him out, so we lose all that effectiveness up front. On the left, Elanga's a headless chicken. It's like a new Miggy. Same. He comes off. Murphy comes on. Assist.
Love it.
Same thing. And Woltemade dropping down to the middle to help the the 3-8 who come put 2-3 passes together. That's it. That's why we are where we are. But then you'll get the happy clappers saying, "Oh, but we're winning the Champions League." Well, we played.
Who said we win the Champions League?
Here's the thing, Roy. Right? You're saying
we've been winning those games
after March. So basically, you're saying after the cup final, when the pressing game won it. So after March, you're saying we played the same game. Why wouldn't you play the same game? That's just won your first cup, and it's on the way to getting you into the Champions League again. Why wouldn't you play the same game?
You can't press for 38 games and cup games and Champions League games and stuff. So and then it wasn't working then because you lose one or two players and the whole thing collapses.
That's what's happened, isn't it?
That's exactly what's happened.
Well, there's a fundamental issue with that. I mean, come on. Man.
Yeah, but even
yes,
with
there
the full
is.
team
I agree with that as well.
Full team last season, though, even with the full team last season, it wasn't working all the time because we haven't got flair in the team. We haven't got a 10. We haven't got a playmaker, someone to change something against the teams that play low block.
Well,
so
we
when
do.
a team bucks the bus against us, we're done.
We do. It's Woltemade, isn't it? Woltemade could be that player, but you need to get people in behind him.
Yeah, I think if Worcester comes back, our only solution is drop Jolinton, play Bruno and Toon Army as a 6, Woltemade becomes a 10, or a free roll, and then let Worcester up front.
Yeah.
By
the way, as you were, we got to give you an update though, because a historic moment in Scotland does make history to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. So there you go, Scotland going to the World Cup, baby. Will we see?
Well, don't make history, but it's a long time since they did it.
Was that means history?
98. Yeah, 98 was the last
Argentina
time.
won it.
That's historic. 86. That's historic, man.
98 in France. They played against Norway.
They went to France.
Brazil.
There you go.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, the Jocks will be in the World Cup, ladies and gents, in America. Have you ever seen a Jock in America? Well, you're about to see one. So there you go. And
it's going to be a great one.
Can there be a derby in the World Cup? There can. Has there ever been one? Has there ever been England-Scotland in the World Cup?
No.
Has in the Euros.
Had been in the Euros, 96.
Yeah.
That's when
I heard
Assassin, thank you for your $2, man. I'm still laughing. Fish and chips for a brain.
Cheers, mate. So yeah.
That's poor. That's really poor from him.
Shout out to Tim and Peter with their show earlier on at 6 p.m. UK. Well done. They're great stories, and of course the early night show every Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 9:30, and then we come on the late night show Monday through Thursday as well. So tune in all day, every day, ladies and gents. We are live. Alan Shearer continued saying, and many of the Toon Army are already fearing the worst ahead of the Weretyne Derby on December 14th. Alan Shearer added, I wouldn't say I am worried about the Derby against Sunderland in a few weeks, but I've been surprised at how well Sunderland have done. I don't think even their worst hardened supporters would tell you that they'd be where they are in the league and what they are doing so far this season. One thing that's come out of Sunderland is how tough it's going to be for any team going to the Stadium of Light, Alan Shearer continues saying. So, again, that's, every topic now when it comes to Newcastle is going to be about the derby. And certainly it's like a movie director wrote it. They come up and they are doing great and we're in Champions League and we're knackered. So, It's kind of has all the condiments to be mayhem over there. I don't know if in reality or not. I mean, by the looks of it, don't they take everybody via bus? So nobody is able to drive and nobody's able to
Not
go
this
nuts.
time.
No, they're recommending you to get the bus, but it's not. You don't have to.
It's not mandatory this time, which it was the last time. You didn't get your ticket until you were actually on the bus the last time.
The thing is,
actually was spoke to Jamie on this, and that's right. And you've also got to pay a £5 for the bus this time as well if you want to get the club bus. So there is a charge
Really?
for fans to get there. Yeah.
So there is a bus.
There are buses going.
That's
You've
loads
got
of
it.
buses.
I thought you were talking about from the club. Like, yeah, okay. Well, I mean,
You got a scarf as well, a scarf, and a bottle of water, and a biscuit the last time.
would you say that how they're doing with the Marseille game, not to wear any colors or anything like that? Do you think that would be advisable going over there to Sunderland? That so you don't think there's so it's a weak derby then? All right, never mind. I thought it was a proper one. When's the last? Did you have any issues with the Mackems away, man?
No.
You've been alive a long time before the clubs were created.
Always wore me colours.
All right.
Nobody.
I was always in a big group, by the way.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Waza in the building. Warren Denning there says sounds like Shearer already making excuses. Well, Alan Shearer can have his say, of course, just like everybody else can. I don't agree because he based his comment that we don't have the pressing because of Woltemade, and I can't agree with that. I can agree that we don't have pressing, but that's to me a deliberate decision by Eddie Howe, and we don't have pressing. I don't think it's because of Woltemade. Do I think that Woltemade will do the pressing as good as Isak, for example? No, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that you substitute Woltemade by a long shot. You keep playing him and adjust. And I don't think he's a numpty anyway that can't press at all. So I don't even think, again, man, you're just putting a Band-Aid on a heart attack. I don't even think that's the problem.
I can't remember Isak pressing.
Well, there you go.
Can anyone remember
Isak? The only thing Isak ever did was run towards a goalie.
Exactly.
Occasionally.
I think, and Stephen M says, Isak pressed. Well, to a certain extent, I agree because what he would do is just run to the goalkeeper, and I think Woltemade can do that. Anybody can really, listen. You're not asking a midfielder or a winger. Oh, that midfielder has no presence, and he has to go all the way there and come back all the way to his position. You're asking the striker who is there already to just run to the goalkeeper. How hard can that be? Again, I don't think that's the problem for Newcastle United. But Woltemade did have a few things to say about the possibility of playing with Yoann Wissa. And, I mean, obviously, he's going to at some point. He did talk about Newcastle United. I think that's the interview that you were referring to, Mighty Win. He spoke in length about this situation. I don't know where. Yeah. Was that post-game?
No, it was an ESPN special interview.
Was that? Okay, so that was an interview. So he said, at Stuttgart, I was dropping, said Woltemade, I guess deeper. But now I'm in. So can I finish, or you want to just talk? I mean,
what you're doing is reading. You're reading what he said.
The last 30 years of my life as a taxi driver, but I spend most of my time now at my local working man's club, Gosforth Empire Club. Can I give them a mention?
Well, you just have to.
Where I serve on the committee.
Believe me, together we can change history.
You want to keep talking, man? Because I got all the buttons to keep you talking. Don't make me bring you and Owen up on the screen either. Do you know?
All I'm saying is that what you're reading is a transcript from the ESPN.
Well, I know, so let me read it then, because people don't know. He said, at Stuttgart, I was dropping, said Woltemade, but now I am in the position of a number 9. So most of the time, with my back to goal, I lay the ball off for guys or turn around into the sides. So it is different, he said. Every game at Newcastle, the guys know me better. For the beginning, we have done really well, but I think we can do much better, says Woltemade. I can improve in the number 9 position in a 4-3-3. I don't know what it will be like when everybody is fit. Like Wissa, maybe we will play together. I don't know. I am feeling good in this position. It is different because I don't get as many balls. It is different from the Bundesliga in terms of style, as the striker are more involved in games in the Bundesliga. That's why Kane fits so well over there. Obviously he's probably England's best center forward, really, since Michael Owen was more about where he's been than what he did, to be honest. He scored a lot of goals, though, to be fair. But who else before Harry Kane? Well, Rooney, but I mean, Wayne Rooney.
Kane is probably the best number 9 England's ever had.
But as far as power, size, speed, creativity, I mean, Harry Kane is a proper center forward.
Did you see the goal he scored a few weeks ago?
Yeah, well,
it was a cross and he stopped it and he headed it.
Oh, he's a great center forward, man. So continuing with this, it says it is a bit different from the Bundesliga in style, but in the Premier League you are judged on goals with limited chances. Ooh, that was a bit spicy. If you think about it, you know, these numpties over here want me to score goals and they barely pass me the ball. And when they pass me the ball with Boki, I knacker them all the time. Boom, boom, boom. Back of the net. And you know, these numpties on YouTube like Mighty Win and everything have the audacity to blame me, more or less, he's saying. You know, it's I mean, I'm not gonna lie though, if he says you're judged on goals with limited chances, he's saying he's only had limited chances on so far. Win. Do you agree with him?
I do agree with him.
Because
our wingers have been so poor.
Do you know what the problem? Do you know what the problem with Win is at times, Chris? With players, especially new players, he picks up on the frailties and starts calling them. He did it with Chow when he first came in. He's done it with Woltemade. He sort of tries to pick up on faults.
Whenever I criticise Woltemade,
rather than try to pick up on
you did.
We have.
Before this week, you have. Before this week, when you came to light, you have been talking about the same thing that Alan Shearer's talking about. Multiple people have been saying that he's not the one, that we need to give Wissa in, that blah, 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 blah.
The only criticism I've ever had of Woltemade is that he doesn't win enough aerial duels.
But he scores goals. And why does he got to do that?
What was your criticism of Chow before?
Well, because he's supposed to be, he's 6'7", he's supposed to be fighting for the ball in midfield.
But I'm saying, what was your argument? You didn't like Chow when he first started playing?
Yeah.
The only criticism I've ever had of Chow was the dreadful back pass he made when he came on against Liverpool.
And you said something about a stat where he comes on, we started losing games and giving up leads. You said that. You said
and
that.
Yes, I did say that, and that was tongue in cheek, firmly in cheek.
Well, keep your tongue in your cheek, and you won't have to deal with the backlash of speaking like that. It is what it is, man.
But it's a fact, isn't it?
No, but it's a numpty fact, because anybody can use a stat when he's clearly been a revelation for Newcastle right now. I mean, clearly.
And has anybody argued with that? Not me. But I'm just saying, it just coincides with that. He's been that good that we've been getting beat all the time.
Well, there you go. But see, you're admitting it. You criticize Chow. You blame him for our losses. You have.
I'm not blaming him for our losses at all. I'm blaming the wingers.
What? You were saying that in it. Hutch, what do you think, man? Is he saying that or is he not?
And the lack of fullbacks.
Why would he bring a stat if he's not gonna try to use it as a reason to why we were losing?
Hey, hang on. I wasn't here when the original call was made. I've never heard this stat before. What I would say is Malik Chow is bloody brilliant, right? Anyone who wants to argue the toss, they're wrong. The problem is that we're playing with two 35-year-old fullbacks, and our midfield has not been performing all season. That is why it's so easy to get through our defence. The central defenders have actually done really well, considering everything that's gone on. Oh, and Pope's made mistake after mistake after mistake.
Right. That's right.
Not a good recipe.
Woltemade says handball is really popular in Germany. He said after soccer, it is the most famous sport. He's talking about that sport. Handball. What, is that a sport? I thought that was just handball. You can come on, man. Stop creating sports for no reason, man. Just keep
it's a mixture of football and basketball, really.
Keep it simple, man. Stop creating sports for no reason.
Give Ian his moment of glory there.
World
Cup winners 26.
There you go, Ian Fleming. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Congrats. And Scotland. I might be going to Scotland soon as well. Go to Edinburgh. You know, got to when I go to the Toon. Is there any good food in over there, or is it the same as England? Just fish and chips.
Some good restaurants in Edinburgh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the cut?
Pricey.
Do you guys? But what about food, man? What a type of food?
Haggis, yeah. It's like
well, if you want Scottish food, you're in for a treat.
Like a proper treat, or you
delicacies up there, deep fried Mars bar.
Are you being for real, or are you you're not gonna give me fried possum, are you?
No, they do. Yeah, everything's fried there.
Square sausage on your full Scottish Chris.
What about the breakfast though? Well, is it the same as England?
Oh, you'll get your Scottish sausage.
Square.
Square
and
sausage.
Your haggis as well. That comes in.
Yeah, haggis. That's
So
in
we
a
got
sheep's. That's in a sheep's stomach.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, it's basically a big fat sausage. That's what it is.
Haggis and nips.
A lot of.
There you go. There you go. Thank you very much, Warren. Again, says teacher to young Boki, give me a sentence with fascinate in it. Well, I have a cardigan with 9 buttons, but I can only fasten it. See me after class. There you go. Cheers, Warren. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much indeed. I like haggis, says Ian.
I like haggis.
So
I love it.
Haggis is cow's brain.
Nips.
Haggis is cow's brain, man. Hey, listen.
It's all any offal apart from liver.
Liver,
kidneys,
lovely, man. What about?
I think it's got heart in. But apart from liver and kidneys, it's all the offal, all the insides, all the intestines.
Listen, I'm Hispanic, man.
All stuffed up into the intestine itself.
I'm Hispanic, man. I that stuff don't bother me. But to a regular American, that would be murder. That would sound like absolutely slaughter. But not me. I can eat everything. So he's talking about his body. His body may not look strong, he says, Woltemade, but sometimes I can push guys away. I have a good feeling in my upper body because of handball. So I guess that's what he was talking about. A good coordination with my hands and feet helps me in football, says Nick Woltemade. So there you go. That's Woltemade's statements. I mean, there you go. We just got to keep giving them the ball, man. I mean, it's just got to keep it simple. By the way, Anthony Ilanga, it looks like he will be available, although he left for personal reasons from Sweden. He should be available, according to the Chronicle. It shouldn't be that important that he has to miss the game. So there you go. Any thoughts on that? By the way, I don't even know if Ilanga is first choice anyway.
Until you know what the personal reasons are, it's kind of pointless speculation.
No,
really.
no, I'm not talking about the speculation. I'm talking about as far as him playing, because I don't think he's first choice anyway. So
I'd rather play him than Murphy against City.
I think his partner's 8 months pregnant, isn't she? So whether it's something to do with the baby being on the way or something like that.
You doing any pushing?
Yeah, I think he might be.
Oh, my bad, man. It's 2025, man. 2025. You know, we can't talk like that, but anyway. Win told me one time his wife asked him for a watch, and he said, "Why? There's a clock on the stove." But we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there, man. Come on, man. It's 2025, baby. 2025. Malik Chiao has also spoken. But did you know that Eddie Howe has been inducted into the Hall of Fame?
No.
I just found out for 20 minutes ago or something.
Oh, he's a Hall of Famer now, man. That means anything he does is, should be. What is Win showing?
Clapping.
Win, did you have? Is that your prostate, man? What are you trying?
That's a haggis, which is sheep's lungs, brains, and liver, all wrapped up in its stomach,
and probably bollocks as well,
along with a load of grain. And that's what it looks like when you cut it.
Oh, lovely, man, lovely. Is that rice? That looks like rice.
It's yummy.
No, it's grains.
Oh, man, whatever that is. It looks yummy though. Oh, oats. Nah, that's not proper food then. That's not like like dinner, man. That's not. What is that? Is that breakfast?
Anytime you want. I've had it in weddings as well.
Oh, all day, every day. It's lush, man.
There you go. Well, we might give it a try. Eddie Howe has been now inducted into the Newcastle United Hall of Fame. Is this? Well, that would have been more of a what do you call
a ceremony, wouldn't it?
Eddie Howe has now been inducted into the Newcastle United Hall of Fame at an awards dinner on Tuesday night. The annual event hosted by Newcastle United Foundation, celebrating Eddie Howe's extraordinary contribution to the club since arriving on Tyneside 2021. Last night, so 2 former players also inducted in Newcastle United's Hall of Fame. Joining Eddie Howe is John Anderson. When you guys have something to say about John Anderson? Wayne, stop looking for food, man. We want you to talk about Newcastle United. Oh, wait, man.
He still does the Newcastle radio show, doesn't he, for the night time?
Yeah.
Still does that.
Yeah, maybe so. Is that who going to be competing against? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
We are knackered.
We are knackered.
Anyway, and also there's another one, When I should have punned the clip of this, man. This was brutal. I mean, ask Jamie for confirmation, Hutch, because this was just unbelievable. I would have never thought somebody that lived in Newcastle, that's been a supporter for 70 years, could ever say this. But Glenn Roeder was inducted last night into the Hall of Fame, and Mighty Wynn didn't know he had passed away. And he couldn't believe it. He was like, Glenn Roeder, when? Yesterday. I was like, oh my God, dude. I'll try to save him too, but I couldn't, man. Now that he's been inducted into a Hall of Fame, do you want to apologize to the family for?
Well, I certainly want to apologize to the family for missing his passing. Yeah, because I would have said given my condolences had I been aware at the time.
What do you mean, man? That you were there in Newcastle? What else you had to be? Like, get a personal message?
I don't know, but just out of interest, now that Eddie Howe has been inducted
into my God. Yeah, change the subject.
I thought I would... No, I just thought has anybody got any idea who's in the official Hall of Fame?
Man, I'll tell you, only Newcastle.
I'd never come across it before.
Shearer's in there and Keegan.
Shearer, yeah.
Keegan. Well, in alphabetical order, this is obviously.
Barton,
Shola Amiobi.
Yeah.
Peter Beardsley.
Shola Amio. Hey, Shola, though, the Macam Slayer, man.
Johnny B. Frankie Brennan, definitely. Frank Clark, definitely. Andy Cole, definitely. David Craig, definitely. Les Ferdinand, definitely, even though a short spell, but definitely. Hughie Gallagher, obviously. Shea Given, obviously.
Oh, Hughie Gallagher's in there.
Yeah.
He would have had a great pint if he had known.
Well, he would have had a whiskey. Steve Harper. Long service, but...
let me tell
Joe
you
Harvey.
21 years and about 20 games.
Oh, yeah, man.
Joe Harvey, Kevin Keegan, Jimmy Lawrence, Rob Lee, Malcolm MacDonald, Mick Martin, Bill McCracken, definitely, Terry Mack, Jackie Milburn, Bobby Mitchell, Bob Moncur, Mickey Quinn, interesting one.
Oh, man.
Jock Rutherford, Stan Seymour, Nalberto Solano.
That was 2 seasons ago. We had him on this channel the day after his new Hall of Fame introduction. We spoke about it, and by the way, he's managing Pakistan now.
Alan Shearer, Gary Speed, Pavel Cernacek, definitely. Colin Veach, obviously, and Len White. They are the current Hall of Famers. Right, there you go.
Let's take a listen to Eddie Howe, looking pretty dapper. Warren, cheers for the Hutches is Boki, your Starsky. What is that? What is it? Starsky, man.
Starsky and
whatever.
Hutch.
We'll get to that. Cheers, Warren, for that. And this is Eddie Howe speaking about Man City as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very, very difficult game. Manchester City, for me, have been the standard bearers in the Premier League for many years. I think they've changed, they've evolved. I think that's what Pep does really well with his team. So this will be a fresh challenge for us. One hopefully we can rise to. I think being back at home is great for us.
Would you say it's fair that Newcastle are probably putting some of their better performances Even since you came here against some of the bigger teams, you're a side that often rises to the occasion.
Yeah, I think we have, and I think we can. I think it's not a given though. I think you have to go into every game with a fresh outlook. I think this is a really good game for us to respond after the Brentford game and the West Ham game. It's really stick in the memory for us that we have to galvanise ourselves and use those games to come out fighting and play at our best, which is always with intensity. Yeah, I mean, it's
there you go. Eddie Howe looking pretty dapper. He put the tuxedo out, man, for the Newcastle United Hall of Fame. They kept that very, very quiet. I mean, I would have never known if it wasn't 2 hours ago. So there you go. Win, you're muted.
Stupid things like trophies, shouldn't you, Borky?
What'd you say?
I think it'll be I think it'll be a lovely leaving present for him when win.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go. Wayne is gonna play. Is gonna give you a sad spiel of why he needs to stay though, in just a moment. But I mean, congrats. You know, listen. To be honest, I don't wanna down it, but you know, I mean. To be honest,
it's well deserved. I mean, he has won.
It is well deserved, but it ain't like he had to win. To trust me, to get in the Man United Hall of Fame, you need to win 10 of those. So you know there are levels to this, obviously. But hey, listen, it is what it is. He done it after 70 years, baby. He done it. So can't take that away. I do have I feel weird about managers being inducted before they're gone, though. Listen, man, things. I don't know.
You see, I don't agree with that. I think, you know, get on it while you're alive to see it.
But I'm not talking about dead, man. Why you're too old, man? You're talking about people dying.
Not dead.
Oh wait, man.
No,
you're talking about when he's gone.
There's a lot of those Hall of Famers who must have been awarded them posthumously.
Well, yeah, but that's not what I'm saying, though. But you know, they didn't have it back in.
Far better if they'd been awarded while they were alive to appreciate it.
And listen, man, it's not Newcastle United's problem. Hugh Gallagher decided to drink his sorrows away, so it's, you know, he couldn't make it. So it is what it is. But I'm talking about when they leave, because that means they're. I don't want to say that Eddie Howe's history can be tarnished. But listen, man, you just never know in football, man. You never know. Yeah. So, I mean, things can go south, and then what? Now you got a Hall of Famer. That's what. Listen, I'm just saying.
It is a nice leaving present, though.
Wait, wait, man.
He'll be gone after Everton.
Hang on. What's your take, mate?
He will not be gone after Everton.
So let me ask you this: if we lose against City, hold on. If we lose against City and we lose against Everton, he's still not sacked, according to you.
No, absolutely.
Okay, keep going. Keep going.
I think there will be certainly a discussion come the end of the season about where we are. But given that when Eddie Howe came in, we were like second bottom of the Premier League, and it was like exactly this time in that season, and we not only stayed up, but we finished very comfortably mid-table. There is plenty of time to turn this around, guys. You know, we've had a difficult start of the season. We had a difficult summer, and he's jumping on a bandwagon, a ridiculous bandwagon. Like, who would you even get in to replace him? Like, it's just a nonsense conversation to talk about getting Whitway.
Hold on. Because Wayne wants to celebrate Hutch's. Wayne wants to celebrate Hutch. Get in!
Like, you do realise that almost every single time that a team replaces a manager, a successful manager, with someone basically in order to stay up, that they get relegated anywhere. Like,
well, I agree. I mean,
why on?
Oh wait a minute. Relegated is a
but
bit
no,
too
but
much,
seriously, who would you replace him with? Why would?
Well, look, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even sack him, to be honest, at this moment in time.
Iriola would be Tim's choice.
Yep, mine as well.
No, it wouldn't be mine. He'd be. His inexperience is how or worse. So why would I want to go that route? Now I agree with you. That's why I don't say that we need to do that, because I think right now the solutions are outweigh the. I mean, they're not as good as you would think. I mean, Areola, all those guys are nothing but promises. We don't know how they're. It's like signing Kobe Mainu. You don't know if they're going to be good or not. It's just good talent.
They took a risk on Howe as well.
Well, again, but we can't keep doing that every 5 years. We again, as Peter quoted me earlier on, we're not Newcastle United University of managers, man. We gotta get, if we were to get somebody, we gotta get somebody established. So I agree with Hutch. I don't think anybody here. Well, Boki wants him out, to be honest. I don't think Roy has gone there yet. Although last season he did. So
what if he loses to Everton, and then I think we've got one game, and then we play Sunderland, and you lose that one as well.
Well, that's to me, that's it.
Right. When we played Sunderland in the FA Cup, we were having an absolute stinker right up until the point where we played them. They were on a bit of a high, then their manager left, and then all of a sudden it went completely downhill for them. Football changes so quickly. Like one good result can change an entire outlook on a season. You just need to back your manager, back your team, and it'll turn around. It will.
Well, you don't know. We don't know that though, Hutch. Hutch, if you but you can't just use that as a rule of thumb to say all you got to do is back him no matter what, and he'll turn it around.
No,
I mean,
there are, but are they, what you have to look at the situation and you have to say, right, if he has a bad season, fair enough. You can look at it at the end of the season. There will be more managers available. There will be better managers available at the end of the season because that's when managers tend to, look at their jobs. It's when players look at their jobs.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
But trying to replace him mid-season when he's already had to deal with all this, and when we've had the season previously that we've had before, I think is ridiculous. I don't understand where it's coming from.
Well, I mean, it's coming from fans. That win doesn't want to acknowledge.
There's Eddie's 4-year record.
Yeah, that don't mean nothing though anymore. So
when can we bring up the table from this season, in which case, and show that?
Yeah,
well, just look at it. It's available for everybody to see.
Well, so
yeah, but you don't want to show that.
So you don't. You're using stats again to try to keep him in a job. Don't.
No.
We're 70 points behind Arsenal.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, though, you can look at the record this season, and then you can look at the overall record, and he has done a magnificent job. Look, pull back the table when he was first appointed, and see how close we were to absolute oblivion at that point, and see where we finished at the end of that season. He has a record of turning these things around.
But that record was built on spending a hell of a lot of money. Until he got the money,
he didn't win a game until January. And then that's when we had Trippier, Bruno, Target. I can't remember what signed.
All those are the excellent players that were spotted for Washers.
Yeah, but we spent about 200 million that month,
which was no more than anybody else was spending.
Yeah, but it's easier to jump 5 or 6 places when you're in the bottom half than to jump from 10th to 4th or 5th.
Okay, so what about 11th to 4th the following season?
We spent another 200 million almost there, somewhere as well.
Which was washers compared to what everybody else was spending. And then he went 3 seasons without spending a penny.
When you keep bringing up Arteta saying he spent £1 billion, Eddie Howe spent £700 million. And where are we? We're back where we were.
In 4 years?
But we're back where we were when he came.
Starting from the base that he started from, which was a relegation squad.
You put that league up, put the league up with where we are now, and we are back to down the bottom half of the league again.
For me, I forget the points. I don't even look at points anymore. I just want to sit and watch a game and enjoy it. But we've got a team that can't put the 3-4 passes together.
I
can't
that's my worry is that the football is nowhere near the football that it was.
But what has Eddie learned over the last couple of seasons? How have we developed as a club playing wise?
We've turned into hoof it.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Sheila says, "Go on, Hutchie lad." There you go. So he's been. He's by the way, he is not really a happy clapper. he is because I watch the comparison, man. NUFC comparison is gonna be it's gonna be live on Thursday 9:30. The comparison with Simon, with Hutch, with Jamie, and he's not really a happy club. Actually, they label him as a bit of a downer. They actually have his own segment where he has his that
I have my runs, yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, I hope we beat City and he keeps his job. I want nothing more than Eddie to shut me up. But so far, he's in my back pocket and he's going to lose his job in a couple of games. Because PIF is going to sit there and be like, we don't care about the fans and stuff. Our investment's going to go downhill in a minute. And imagine we play Sunderland. Our fans going to Sunderland when we're in the bottom 3 already.
I'd stake
the pressure.
I'd stake my shirt on. If we drop into the bottom 3, he's gone. As soon as he gets anywhere near that, he's completely gone.
So, but Hutch, do you think that
we could be in that before the Sunderland game?
But Hutch, do you think that
this weekend?
If
that happens, don't you think he should go?
No.
Hutch, do you think if we lose against the Macums, and we keep losing like that?
This is interesting. I like having Hutch on.
Well,
what would your threshold be, Hutch?
Well, this season I would say if you're going into January, the January transfer window, and we are firmly in the relegation zone, I think then you could basically probably say that it's time that you would need a dramatic change. And even if you are in a transfer window, you're not going to be able to make a dramatic change to the squad in a January. So maybe at that point, but I don't think we will be.
No, neither do I. What if we weren't in the relegation zone? But if we were, say, I don't know, 12 points off Europe.
At the end of the season? At the end of the season?
No. Going into the January window.
We are knackered.
12 points off Europe will probably be 3-4 points away from relegation as well. The gap is not big between 7
because
and
my threshold is and has always been within striking distance of the Champions League by the January window.
Striking distance. I mean, you right now say that we're striking distance and we're 17.
That's striking distance.
No, 3 points.
We will
win.
We will not be that close to the Champions League by January at all. It's almost impossible.
Well, that's again, and I agree with Connor here on this super chat. Thank you very much. This season, Europe is a must to progress. I'm sorry, win things we should be fighting relegation, and as long as we stay in the Premier League, we're good. But to me, it's clear and evident. Europe is a must every season for Newcastle United. If not, it's a failure. It's a failure every season, with all due respect. At some point, somebody's got to have some type of standards around here to say that with this squad, with these players, we should be able to be in Europe every season, in my opinion, fighting with Aston Villa and Man United and Tottenham there. Aston Villa, you talk about numbers. Aston Villa, how much have they spent in the last 4 years? I'd like to know.
More than us.
Well, I'd like to know.
No, they bought nothing this summer.
They bought nothing this summer.
They sold us Ramsey because they can't.
Do you really want to see them?
Yeah, I do want to see them. And they wanted to buy Osula, the mighty and powerful Osula from us. I mean, I'm just saying. We're going to continue the conversation, of course, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe.
They play better football than us, though, as well.
There you go. We're going to talk about that. Don't forget to subscribe. It is the Late Night Show. You know what you're listening to, Mighty Win? What you listening to, Mighty Win?
Listen to NUFC Talk TV.
There you go.
You are listening to NUFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army. Live daily on the website, on YouTube, and on every online radio directory. NUFC Talk, the voice of the Toon Army.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the debate heats up. Win. So you're a Villa fan. So you tell us, man, what Villa spent this past Come on, man. Hey, did you know? Hutch, he was. We're trying to get it up. I know you struggle with that. You're trying to. That was a good one, though. That was a good. But you don't get your little helper. You didn't get your delivery.
No. I've got Europe up at the minute. That's not the Premier League, remember?
Oh yeah. Come on, man. Stop playing, man. Look, but Aston Villa. Look at it around. They were winning. Their fans were whinging, and they are right now 5th, 4th, wherever they're at. You know, that's where we should be every season, fighting for that spot. Is when always says, and he literally does say this, that we are entitled, the fans are entitled, they want more than this team has been overachieving. No, we haven't. We got great players, probably the best midfielder in the league. We had the best striker in the league, in my opinion, until he fell off. Now we got the best striker signing in the Premier League, in my opinion, above Ekitike, Woltemade, because as far as he's been provided, he's scored with the chances that he's gotten, and then we got the best signing, another one in Malik Thiaw. Right now, probably I'm just gonna put him under Van Dijk just because Van Dijk's name is out there, but I haven't even really. I don't know if he really has been lighting it up, Van Dijk. Other than that, what other center back is really that good, or better than Malik Thiaw? And so, and you got Bruno, and you got Joe Linton, and you got all the whole lot. So I mean, again, we cannot. This is not where we need to be, where we're at right now. So, I don't know. Jump in. Have your say. Explain to me, Hutch, why are we in this position?
Why are we in this position? I do think that it was an unfortunate summer. I think that they should have replaced more of the squad. The whole winning the trophy should have been basically the last ride for quite a few of these players.
Names.
Yeah, you want names? Oh.
Yeah, man, you gotta get. It's the hot kitchen over here, man. You gotta get on it.
Joe Linton's injury records over the past 2 seasons would suggest that he's always going to come in and out of the squad. He's not been up to the scratch this season. Kieran Trippier's 35. Who else? Harvey Barnes. I've never been particularly enamored with him. There's a few more that you could go through. But the squad needed refreshing, and it needed refreshing more. And then, obviously, our director of football literally quit the day before the transfer window started.
Yeah, but all of that,
but it did. It wrecked the entire situation.
And it did, then but you know why that had to happen.
Why did that have to happen? Why did he have to quit?
Because somebody didn't want him there. He couldn't get along with somebody, and then that becomes, because we don't know who was at fault in the relationship. Then that becomes both of them. Both are at fault if they can get along, or are we just gonna say that it's Paul Mitchell's fault because he?
Well, I would say that Paul Mitchell doing that right when he did is quite conniving. Would you not say that?
Well, some would say that the fact that he would just be allowed to quit instead of just so easy, that means the PIF, and he was offered a job by PIF as well. I think that's what he's doing now over there in somewhere in the Middle East. If that means they have a good relationship. Therefore, I don't know that he just quit and said, "I'm gone." Maybe there was an agreement that they couldn't keep going anymore. In that particular, that's why I blame both. I don't just blame one. They both couldn't get along, and there were rumors about Ashworth and Howe not getting along either. So there you go. I don't know.
I would agree with the comment from Gillian that he could have quit a long time earlier, and they would have been better. But to answer Connor's question, obviously Botman this game because Burn is suspended, but Botman doesn't look fit, so I would probably play Burn until Botman was fit.
Yeah. Hutch, did you know about this mighty win? The one that's on your side. Highway, man. Yeah, no wonder, man. Oh my God.
You're out your mind, man.
There you go. No wonder, man. Roy, you're muted by it because you were opening up whatever you got opening up over there.
There you go. There's your salary spend. Aston Villa above Newcastle, Tottenham, Man U, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City.
We can't see nothing win. You already screwed up your share screen. It's pretty. Oh, there you go. It's on there.
I can
you keep on. Oh, there you go.
That's wages, though. That's wages.
That's wages. Who cares about wages, man? Nobody cares about
wages that determine the caliber of player you've got on the pitch.
So
no, it doesn't, man.
You've brought that.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Whereabouts are on that list?
8th or 9th is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th.
So we're nowhere near that.
We're about to win the league.
So what, sorry?
We're in the league now.
We're nowhere near what the graph says.
Whatever, 14th or whatever it is.
So there you go. So
Eddie Howe's feeling by that stat that you just brought up.
So,
well, let's judge it at the end of the season.
So we should never drop. According to this, we should never drop below 8.
No, point.
But that's not a way of looking at football, man. That means Man City should win every year, and Arsenal fails every season. And that's so. What are we doing this, man? We're looking at a graph, and that's how we determine how football is played. This is knackering to take a look at this, man.
By the way, 3 years ago, Man U was the top.
And Man U spent, for example, Man U are the main club that spends on salaries and all of that nonsense, and they are rubbish for the last 15 years. So, what are you talking about spending? Spending means nothing, man. It does usually, but you can't. It does usually, but you can't come on here and try to argue that point, and that's why we shouldn't be fighting for Champions League or European positions because we spend 9th and 8th.
Okay, so here's the thing. This is the way we're going to get to the bottom of this. Me and Hutch will do an undisputed.
Here we go.
And I'll play the Eddie Outer. Prove that we're wangers.
Unbelievable, this guy.
Anyway, I think that would be interesting.
You guys are both talking about the same thing, by the way. So how could you want to do that? You guys are
because Hutch's standards would appear to be
higher than yours. Higher than yours, which is it's not rocket science, man. It's just got to be a regular Newcastle fan to have standards higher than yours. I mean, you're talking about you think that Newcastle should be 9th, 10th, mid-table every year. That is, I don't know how a Newcastle.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
You did. Last week you said the 9th should be where Newcastle United.
That's what you should expect. I'm talking about expectations. That's what you should reasonably. Where you should reasonably expect to be.
That is so weird.
And anything above that is overachieving, which is what Eddie's done since he stepped into the club.
Tell PIF that.
We should be 7th minimum.
No, Europe, man.
The top 6, the cartel, and then should be us. Should be between us and Villa. That's it.
Yeah.
No other teams are anywhere close. And I think in a few years, Everton are going to get closer and closer with their new stadium and more money and stuff.
But we spent £200 million in the £250 million in the summer as well.
We lost £130 million striker.
We'll go down that route. We should be trying to be the same better than we were last season. You were not quite happy. We were falling massively backwards. That's not good enough.
No, I'm not happy with us falling massively backwards. But we haven't fallen massively backwards yet.
We haven't?
I think we have.
Come on, win. What are you looking? Come on, man. You're doing futurism. You think we're going to win the Champions League? You said that last week as well.
Judge how far we've fallen at the end of the season.
Man, I'm glad you don't parent my kids.
If we could be in the bottom 3 in about 10 days from now.
Then we'll know how far we've fallen.
So in 10 days, PIF are going to be like, I'm not waiting end of the season to judge anything.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
The case.
They're done now.
Yeah. But that's their decision, isn't it? I mean, at the end of the day, right? We can sit here and we can determine whether or not we would keep Eddie Howe. Me and Win would see where we are at the end of the season. They might get to two games.
I wouldn't.
Two games.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I differ from you, Hutch. I wouldn't necessarily give them till the end of the season.
You know, it would be even worse.
And the reason for that is that I'm not happy with the football.
But are you not happy? Are you not happy with what would make you happier with the football? If our players all come back,
we're not playing good.
Well, we aren't playing good. But are we not playing good because we don't have our best team out, or are we not playing good because there is something mentally wrong?
So then it comes down to the argument. Basically, we've got 3 injuries: Hall, Livramento, and Wissa.
Well, Wissa
any team can expect to get at least. There's other teams. Tottenham at the minute are riddled with injuries, and yet they are still top 6.
Yeah, that's common sense.
I thought with the squad we had assembled in the summer, even though I completely agree with you that the summer was an absolute shambles due to PIF, even considering all of that, the squad that we had then, for me, should have been able to cope with 3 injuries. Because we had cover in every position, if you look. Albeit, Hall's cover was Byrne, Livramento's cover was Trips. Up front would sign Woltemade and Wissa to replace Isaac and Wilson, who was a sick note anyway, and we had a Sula potentially. So I looked at that squad and thought that, but it's easy for me to say, it's easy for you to say that it just so happens that the 3 players that we've lost are key to the way we would have been playing had we not lost them, and I agree with that.
I think you're slightly wrong on that, because I think a decision was made not to sign a fullback because the argument would have been that the backup to Hall wasn't Byrne, it was Livramento, and the backup to Livramento was Trippier, but we've lost them both at exactly the same time, which has effectively knackered the entire system, because we build from the wings, from the fullbacks to the wingers to attack, and that's what's absolutely done for us.
And by the way, they knew that was going to be an issue, or they thought about it, because we were linked with Hernandez from AC Milan because of the whole situation. We were linked with him, and nothing happened. So we could have signed a backup. And
we should have signed a backup.
Again, so this is then down to Eddie, is it not, for deciding that he didn't need a one?
Well, whoever's made that decision, because was it not? It was a transfer committee, presumably, because we didn't have a director of football.
Yeah, well, that was Eddie Howe, Andy Howe, Juan Howe, and Edward Howe, and Robert Howe, and all the Howes in there, alongside Steve Nixon, and the whole all of them were involved. And then listen, you got to praise Malik Chiao. They owe Malik Chiao, everything. They got to pay that kid whatever they want, because Chiao has made them look good. But the fact of the matter is, they were also in charge of everything else going on, and these decisions fall down on them. If we didn't get a backup, which again, that's a good point to bring up, because nobody really does that. Nobody has brought up the point of why didn't we get a backup, because Lewis Hall was knackered last season, and we knew that Dan Byrne, Eddie Howe. I think that's what the Dan Byrne thing goes back a long time, until last season, because Eddie Howe could have said, Byrne is not going to do a good job. He might, he might be somebody to fall back on, but I still need to get a backup to him. He didn't. He went along and decided that Byrne was going to be enough. And with all due respect to Mighty Wynn's obsession with Dan Byrne, he has not been good enough in that position, bar none.
Lads, we had a backup that we could have kept hold of. We had Target. We've let him go out on one. So
that's also another decision.
If you're going to let Target go out, surely enough you bring another fullback in.
Well, that's
why that was probably strict.
Well, except that as Hutch is saying, Livramento went left back, and for me, he played better left back than he did right back, to be honest.
But then again, you don't have backups.
And then,
the
you had Kraft back up for trips.
I think I'm having a really good eye-opening moment with Hutch and also what Bookie said about the target. I forgot all about target, meaning doubling down on the Eddie Howe clan fault because he put all the eggs on the Dan Burn basket. And on top of that, he let target go, as Bookie said. And so, and if we are going to attribute and say that big part of how we play is the left back and the right back, then that becomes a massive decision that was made in the offseason. So,
by the way, you've then also got to be able to bring a cover left back in who is both good enough and happy to be on the bench.
But that's every team. Every team can say that.
Of course, I can.
so there's no argument there.
No, I go back to good old LB from its LB Man City fan, and he said that it's easy to buy first team players. The hard bit's buying squad players.
Yeah, that's all talk, man. It's easy to buy a squad player. You just got to go, hey, squad player, you want to play Champions League, Newcastle United, Premier League? Of course, I'll walk back. There you go. You get him. Don't worry about it, man. It's easy, man. Don't even worry about LB, man. He everybody talks the same stuff. It's easy to get backups. It's harder to get Sesko, to get Ekitike, to get a replacement for Isak. That's a lot harder. We could prove that now how hard that was. So but listen. We'll never know, but the one thing that has to change is what's happening right now with Newcastle United. And I don't necessarily. I know that Hutch is saying that we got time. We can just lose every game now, and we got time till the end of the season. But at the end of the day, mate, I don't know because the more you lose, and then you lose another one, and then it's just it's a snowball effect. That right now the snowball is pretty big and large. So
and
already,
the snowball also rolls the other way.
No, it just goes one way. It just keeps going down, man. I don't know
as it did last season.
It never comes back.
9-game winning run.
But when is that not the big concern?
That's not going to happen again.
This before. That
Easy,
this is a continual thing under how that he starts the season so slow.
Well,
I don't see it as being a positive argument that you're putting across. It's actually
I just say there's been an actual argument that I'm putting across because
Thank you, Warren. Thank you, Warren. By the way, this team is top 4, like Hutch says. Just need a spark, says Warren. Thank you very much for that super chat. 7 minutes ago. Listen, again, I don't see that as being a good thing. As Tim would say, he's not sure whether Eddie Howe is really learning because every season there's going to be an excuse. And how far? I think that now we're doing worse than we did last season. And I think that as you guys said on the comparison, I don't think we have enough time to get it right. And why do we have to deal with this stuff? I don't understand it. Again, we're on the very same boat as Aston Villa. Aston Villa have not dropped off like this ever in the last 3 years. They're going up and down. And earlier this season, their fans were going off about PSR and also about their manager, blah, 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 just like everybody does. But they don't drop off like we do. You tell me Man United, they're still rubbish, but, they got the money. They spend it. They bring Sesko and all of that. They have that, that people will talk about them, whatever. But Aston Villa, they don't deviate too much from what we are. So I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. But let me go with some comments. Anybody wants to have a say, Roy?
Have you seen Aston Villa at the start of the season? They didn't score a goal in the first 4 or 5
They
games.
were knackered, exactly. But the manager turned Chris.
The coach shuffled it and he changed a few players' positions.
You got to. You got to, man. You got to.
And boom.
You got to.
And
Warren says Chris
4-0. While we
Chris,
were jumping with joy with 0-0.
Warren says Chris, who makes Malik Chow sound Chinese. Malik Chow.
Yeah,
that's the way they're supposed to. That's the way it's supposed to be. He said it. Which is kind of weird anyway. But how does a Chow come from that? He's from Finland, though. His family's from Finland. He's German. Well, he was born in Germany, but I don't know how it comes to be that. But it is ciao. Comments. Let's go with the comments. Star comments here on the last 10 minutes of the show. You are listening to UFC Talk live, ladies and gentlemen, and it is the late night show.
Set up for maximum confrontation and super opinionated debates. The NUFC Late Night Show with Chris the American Mag, Derek Demadiwan, Rory Caviani, and the rest of the panel, Monday through Thursday from 9:30 p.m. UK and UFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army.
Super opinionated debates here, and we got Hutch now. We got him hooked, man. We cannot let him go now because he is, he's doing a lot of critical thinking, by the way. But I think that...
Come in and do my joke. Give me a break.
But he's doing a lot of critical thinking, although I don't like that. Wait until at the end of the season to decide, because that means our season is over. Next season is knackered. So we can't just, wait too much. But you want to...
That's my worry. If we wait to the end of the season, we'll lose what players.
Oh, you're knackered.
To be honest, we needed, like I'd already said, we needed to replace more of these players anyway. But I think Roy's right. It needs to be changed up, and hopefully, come the Man City game, the Everton game, he's gonna change up the squad so that we either playing a 3 at the back or we're playing 2 up front. So, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what he does because. My opinion in the next couple of weeks, if we're going through the same Groundhog Day every single game day, then my opinion might change.
Yeah. Super chat there. Can't fix an issue until you recognize there's an issue. Says, why?
That is absolutely
there you
spot
go.
on.
It's spot on, man.
I think everybody recognizes there's an issue.
Why also earlier said we have 4 right-footed wingers, recruitment at its finest. Pika YouTube says Isak was lazy bum compared to Woltemade, says Pika. That's like isn't Pika would that be the Pokemon one? What's his name? Pikachu. Pika.
Yeah.
Pika. That's how he talks, man. That's all he says. Pika. The Boki ain't old enough. Hutch ain't old.
Makes more sense than you make.
Boki and Hutch, you know about Pokemon. Stop lying. He came out in the 90s. Yeah, come on, man. You're not that old.
I'm of that generation. Man. Exactly.
Yeah. Win is like side duck. Remember him? Side duck. He's a side duck. He ain't got a clue. That's and then he goes nuclear after a while. That's definitely mighty win. Marco says Isak was very lazy. Woltemade tries 100%. There are a lot of comments about that. Gavin Fuller, true. When we press, we are a man short with 3 anyway. Easy to play out, says Gavin Fuller. You know why? If only we had 10 more Dan Burns, win would be a happy man. There you go. Play the super chat there.
Was I saying, bless you, Yanu. Here's a tissue.
There you go. Thank you very much, Waza. Appreciate all of you. And thank you to the Queen of Heart gave up 10 memberships last show. Appreciate you very much. That's unbelievable. Thank you. Jordy Den, well done, Scotland, scraping into the World Cup. That's a backhanded comment, though. That's a backhanded comment. Scrape it. It's scraping. That's an English comment right there. That's an English comment. By the way, Simon Jordan was classic when he went against Jim White when they were talking about the derby, and Simon Jordan said, "What derby? We beat you all the time. There's no derby." Come on, man. It's still a derby. Scotland versus. Would it be a derby if you play Ireland, Northern Ireland, or the Republic of Ireland?
It's not
as big.
It's like
what about
Middlesbrough? It's like
what about Wales? Oh, says, come on, man. What about Wales? Wales,
They did in the World Cup. Yeah, they did in the World Cup.
Scotland's the big one.
Scotland, because
playing Wales is a bit like playing Middlesbrough. They think of it as a derby, but we don't.
Yeah, exactly. Well put.
Way, man. Shout out to the Welsh folks, to the Welsh mags out there. What else? We got another derby. Well, internet proper giant derby. You got to say England, Germany, England, Spain, or Italy. Those are proper. But those are on another level, though. But the tiny ones, obviously, and I don't want to call people tiny, but you get the point. Marco says Woltemade hasn't scored in the last few games and has had one shot in the last 150 minutes. Chris Lovefest for Woltemade is baffling, says Marco. But we just got to give him the ball. How many chances have we created for him that he's missed? That's what we got. We need to get that number. There's not enough. Germany created 3 times for him, 3 goals. Come on, man. My printer went off here. It scared the crap out of me. Cuff, you ever had those, man? That's scary. Cuff, 153 appearances for Harper. Talking about the Hall of Fame, I think. Punt Max, if you had Bruno, Byrne, Trippier, Wood, Target in a single window, yes, you can expect to get out of the relegation zone. Ooh, that's to the Howe saved us from relegation, which he did. To be fair, he did. He also said if we screw up the season, our club looks very different next season, and not in a good way. Ashington, I'm assuming from Ashington, says the real question is what's Eddie's job? If he's not fulfilling it, how's it not his fault for it not working this season? And Cuff has many comments here. Says if anything, Eddie is a victim of his own success. If we'd had more linear progression instead of the meteoric rise that we've had, we wouldn't be talking about Eddie out right now. Cuff also says, don't get me wrong, Eddie needs to take some blame for how poor we've been this season. But this is the first real crisis under Howe, and he's more than earned the right to fix it. Well, last year was, though. And actually kind of started seeing some things that hasn't changed in the injury-ridden season. Me and Ro were going at it, not against everybody. And when we always say, wait, man, the injuries, all of that, this and that. Well, the injuries were done last season. We went through it again. Again, he won the cup, so everybody forgot what happened. And now I think it's a little bit worse than what it was last season. So it shows that he's not really learning, though. That's the problem.
He's not.
But,
Mr. Cuff, well done, sir.
But thank you, Mr. Cuff. There you go. Appreciate it very much indeed. All of you out there. Listen, it's been a lovely show. We got to call it off, of course. But stay tuned. Hey, listen, go to NUFCTalkRadio.com or NUFCRadio.com. Listen to it 24/7 live. And also, you got the Geordie Hour with songs. And so enjoy it. Fall asleep to it. Fall asleep to Mighty Wind's soothing tones. And there you go, man. Enjoy it. And, of course, we got big projects coming up. So stay tuned. And thank you. Thank you to all the super chatters, to all throughout the whole day that keep us going. You guys are the people that really, Warren, you're a superstar every show. Thank you. It means a lot, and it does a lot. Thank you very much for all the super chats and donations.
Toon Assassin, Mercury Dame, there obviously, Ian Fleming. We've got Sheila,
a lot of Warren.
Sheila,
you know
Connor.
why? You know why? Anyway, seriously, it keeps us going. It helps us help out the lads as well. It we share with the lads, of course, that come in and do their thing, spend time, a lot of time on these panels. We try to bring you something different opinions. It's hard to do. It's easy to just bring on the same lads every time instead of bringing everybody's opinion. But we want to be different. We want to bring in all opinions are welcome from all fans all over the world.
Unless you're Eddie out.
But although Mighty Wayne thinks that only local fans should be podcasting and talking. But either way, we are here, ladies and gentlemen, to fight the censorship. Here with Hutch, with Roy, with Boki, and unfortunately, the Mighty Wayne. We will see you. But actually, let me not finish. I saw this a month ago, and I've been meaning to bring it up, and I haven't. I was astonished when I saw this at Old Trafford. A flag of War King in the raft there at Old Trafford, and it was Man United versus some other team, and they had this. We'll love it if we beat them. Love it. Get your own idols, man. Get your own phrases. Why are you taking from ours? It makes no sense. But again, Win was a Man U fan, so we're not going to go at his club too much. But at the end of the day...
I've kept really quiet, but I'll tell you something. He went down in my estimation when he said that. We have not resorted to that. But I'll tell you, you can tell him now, be watching it, we're still fighting for this title. And he's got to go to Middlesbrough and get something. And I'll tell you, honestly, I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
There you go. We'll see you later, folks. Take care, and how away the lads. Bye-bye.